In the spirit of maintaining our progress, welcome to today's decluttering video. I consider myself to be minimal-ish, not a minimalist, but I have put in a lot of work to reduce clutter in our lives and in our home, so we need to make sure we're staying on top of that. Decluttering is not just about the initial process of getting rid of the stuff, it's also about regular maintenance and creating sustainable habits that prevent clutter from building back up again. So that's what we're doing today, practicing those habits and making sure we're staying on top of the clutter. So the first area that I'm tackling today is my entryway closet. We have a very, very tiny entry closet. I've done my best to maximize the space by adding storage behind the door and also putting up hooks on the wall beside it for the jackets and things we reach for every day. But you simply cannot organize your way out of too much stuff, so I go through this closet at least once every season, or as soon as I start to notice that it's overwhelming me. In particular, I wanted to go through bags. I had several bags that I use for either swim class, as a diaper bag, a purse, etc., and I needed to get all the random crap out of those bags and put that stuff back either where it belongs or thrown into the trash. I also wanted to organize the shoes back onto the shelves neatly and give the entry space a pretty good vacuum and a quick mop with my Swiffer. I know that when life gets busy, chores can fall behind, staying on top of clutter can kind of take a back seat, so I hope this video motivates you to even take care of one tiny space in your home today. If all you have is 15 minutes, pick one spot and focus on that. Small and manageable tasks really do add up over time and make a big difference. And if you hear some just absolute chaos going on around me, my toddler is home with me today as I'm recording these voiceovers, and he's currently playing with our kitten and they're running around just making a ruckus. So please bear with me, I'm doing my best. The next thing I'm going to declutter is one of my robot vacuums. So you guys might notice that I work with quite a few robot vacuum brands for videos. I obviously cannot keep all of the ones that are sent to me, so I give them away free to good homes, to friends and family. This one was off to my husband's coworker, so I wanted to get it all cleaned up since it was quite dirty from the last time I had to use it to demo something. This one is a Eufy vacuum and I loved it. I've also worked with Dreamy a bunch of times. They have some really awesome options. Most recently, I've worked with EcoVacs, so that's my current robot vacuum. I believe I'm working with them again coming up here soon, so my current robot will also be rehomed. I think my friends and family know me as like the free robot vacuum girl at this point, but I'm happy to be able to extend these blessings in my life to those around me. I feel very fortunate that this is my job and I get to work with amazing brands and gift things to the people I love sometimes too. I recently came across another creator here on YouTube and I wanted to actually ask some opinions. So she posted a declutter video that was 2 hours long and she was going through each individual item in real time and kind of talking through her thought process as she went. It was not voiceovered, it was not a time lapse, it was truly in real time. And I was reading the comments and I saw a lot of people saying that they loved that style of video, that they have been looking for a video that is not a time lapse and a true representation of the process in real time. So I'm curious, which style do you prefer? If I put out a super long video going through items and talking through it, would you watch that or would it be boring? It's something I could definitely do. I did actually post a video pretty recently where I was going through my shoes in my closet and I did talk through each individual pair of shoes as I went for the beginning of the video, and that one did not do well. The views were low in comparison to my other declutters. So I'm not sure if that's why or if there was another reason, but I just love some feedback. So any content ideas, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Let me know what you prefer, what you like, or even what you maybe don't like about my videos, as long as you're nice, and then I can hopefully improve my content. I was struggling to get this trash out. I actually had to turn the trash can over and slide the trash out that way because I was having such a hard time. But in just a couple minutes, we're going to get back to the decluttering maintenance by taking care of the absolute disaster that was my living room and the toys. I just wanted to get a little bit of tidying up done around me before we get back into that. As I clean this mirror here above this table, I'm really excited because I'm actually getting a new mirror pretty soon for up here. I'm working with a brand on that. It's an LED mirror, which ideally I'd put into a bathroom, but we only have one bathroom in this house and we need all the storage we can get. We currently have a medicine cabinet style of mirror in the bathroom, and inside of that houses like 90% of my skincare, hair care, and makeup. I can't afford to lose that storage. So for now, the new mirror will go above this table. I'm really looking forward to it though, and hopefully once we move, we have a new bathroom that the mirror could go in, or potentially a vanity area for me to get ready and it could go there, but you guys are going to love it. It's really cool. I'm excited to share that in a couple weeks. Okay, moving into the living room, we're starting with this corner here. I wanted to clean off the mirror, but also there was dirt absolutely everywhere. You guys know we got a new kitten back in January. She is a Maine Coon. We are obsessed with her, but she is wild. She's totally out of her mind, and she loves to dig in my poor plants and get dirt everywhere. So I needed to move this chair and clean all around it. I wanted to take a second to share this cat tree with you guys. So this came from Mau Pets. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that correctly. And this is like the most beautiful, minimalistic, modern cat tree that I've ever seen before in my entire life. So this can fit cats of all sizes, anywhere up to 23 pounds. So even if you have a big, chunky kitty, they can sit in here comfortably. It's got the 2 hand-woven baskets with these actually machine washable like plush cushions in here for them to lay on. And then it of course has some cat toys and it has a scratcher. And what's super crazy is it's actually made from real trees. It also has a little cat cave, which one of my cats absolutely adores since she hates most people. So she likes to be able to kind of hide in there a little bit and take her naps. But yeah, Daisy's kind of claimed this little basket as her own. But how cute is this? This is like the most beautiful cat tree. This is not your average cat tree, and it is a little bit pricey, but I will say it is 100% worth the cost. I will have this linked down below. Mau did send this to me. This video is not sponsored by them, but they did send this over to me and I'm so grateful for it. So thank you so much to them. I think Daisy is pretty happy for it as well. They have so many different options of cat trees on their website and other cat furniture. This one is called the Cento if you're looking for this exact one. But yes, again, I will have that linked in my description box down below. Now, before I get the inevitable comments that I'm always decluttering because I can't stop shopping, these toys are so old. We've had them forever. If you go back and you watch old videos from 5 years ago, you are going to see pretty much all the same ones. We have 2 boys and they're 4.5 years apart, so my toddler's currently very, very into all of my older son's old toys. It's actually been great because we've barely had to buy anything new for him for almost his entire 3 years of life so far. And I've decluttered our toy collection so many times. Actually, for the first time recently, I had a regret with something I decluttered. My toddler is loving PJ Masks right now, and it doesn't appear that they make PJ Mask toys anymore in the same capacity that they did when my oldest was his age. I have lots of my older son's old PJ Mask toys, but I did get rid of quite a bit of them, and I recently found myself searching for one of them that I thought my youngest would enjoy, but lo and behold, I did in fact declutter it, but it's fine. He obviously has no shortage of toys to play with. I just thought it was funny that it was the first time in the last year plus of my decluttering journey that I actually missed something I got rid of. When I'm decluttering toys, I like to make sure that I'm categorizing everything as I go. Grouping similar things together just makes it easier to evaluate everything you have, find any duplicates, or just things that are no longer age appropriate, but also it makes the cleanup process easier as well. When my kids clean up, they don't tend to put things away the same way that I would, so toys can get mixed up. Things end up with things that they don't belong with, sets get taken apart. So while I'm going through these toys, I also like to make sure that everything ends up together where they're supposed to be for a full reset. We do keep the majority of our toys in our downstairs play area, but since my youngest is not old enough to spend time down there alone really, I of course have toys up here for him as well. We keep them in the white toy box, the green dresser next to our couch, which we'll go through in a second. We're going to go through each and every individual drawer. And then some of the bigger stuff gets stored away underneath our electric fireplace. I try to make sure all of these things get rotated out to keep things interesting for him. And again, I make maintenance of the toys a regular part of my routine to make sure we're not accumulating excess clutter that we don't need. If you're like me and you're not a trinket mom, my sister's actually a first grade teacher, and she mentioned to me that if I have any little trinkets, McDonald's toys, stuff like that we don't need, she would love them for her classroom's prize bucket. So instead of just tossing that stuff like I have been doing, I will definitely give those to her in the future. So if you have any elementary school teachers in your life, definitely ask them if they would like that stuff. I feel like every time I start to think to myself, my house is too small, that's why it's always messy, or just any of those kind of negative, woe is me type of thoughts, I need a little tough love. So I wanted to share just a little bit of tough love with all of you in today's video. Your stuff is making you miserable. Have you ever looked around your house and felt so frustrated by the mess that you're like, I wish I could knock this whole house down and start over? I have absolutely been there, and I've also heard it said multiple times in my real life by people I know about their own homes. If you feel like that, your stuff is making you miserable, plain and simple. It can get to the point where your inanimate objects in your own house are controlling you and your happiness. I'm the type of person, and I'm sure there's plenty of others watching this who are this way, that I can't truly relax if I have a to-do list in the back of my mind. I can't sit and read a book. I can't go on a walk, play outside with my kids. I will literally feel paralyzed by the to-do list and can't enjoy myself doing anything else until those things are done. But once you start getting rid of stuff and making an effort to stop spending so much, stop bringing in so much inventory into your home, you will notice your to-do list gets shorter and the amount of time it takes you to keep your house clean is significantly cut down. You can actually start to relax. Spend your days doing whatever it is that you want without that guilt and stress of maintaining your home 24/7 dragging you down. So if you take anything from today's video, I want you to take away that it's time to take back control. Take back control of your house, your space, your time, and your money by committing to decluttering your home and also to forming new habits when it comes to what you bring into it going forward. A lot of little toys tend to get stuck down in between my couch cushions, so I wanted to take those off and find all those little pieces of toys and also just do a quick vacuum, because somehow, even though I rarely ever see my kids sneaking a snack onto the couch, somehow there's always crumbs in there. So I just wanted to get that all cleaned up. Plus some toys had fallen down between the two pieces of our sectional, so I had to get those out so I could properly connect the couch pieces to each other because they were not, since all that stuff was blocking it. And this is everything that I decluttered from in that room. So I'm just filling up the trash bag the rest of the way so I can drop this off to donate. I wanted to take a quick break to remind you guys about Free Cash. Free Cash is a platform where you can earn extra money just by playing mobile games. All you have to do is sign up, make sure app tracking is enabled on your phone, and get to playing games. If you would like to try out Free Cash, you can click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen and get a $5 bonus on your first offer started. Next, we're going to work on cleaning up the kitchen. So we're shifting gears to a little bit of cleaning motivation for the remainder of today's video. I am at my happiest when my kitchen looks like nobody lives here. So that's pretty much always my goal when I'm cleaning my kitchen. I just want to make sure that all the surfaces are cleared off, everything is wiped down, the dishes are put away, and generally I'm pretty happy after that. Plus, I was filming this on a Friday, so I really wanted to go into the weekend with a clean kitchen, since it does tend to fall apart a lot more over the weekend when everybody else is home. If I'm able to start off my weekend with kind of a clean slate, I find that it's just much easier for me to stay on top of it as the weekend progresses. For some reason, if I don't do this on a Friday, my house looks like a tornado has torn through it by the time Monday comes around. We are always eating at our island. It's pretty rare that we ever eat at our kitchen table, so there's just so many crumbs and sticky things and everything that makes its way underneath our island. So I wanted to move the chairs to give that a good clean and also wipe down our island. Since my floors were relatively clean, since I had gone through my living room and all of the toys and got that all picked up, I wanted to get my robot vacuum started since there would be nothing in its way while it cleans my floors. Something I'm really trying to do as part of my whole decluttering journey is to use up the things that I already have. So I hardly ever pull out this stainless steel cleaner to use it up. I usually just use my all-purpose spray. So this just sits under my sink, and I decided that instead of being wasteful and throwing it away, I'm going to make a real effort to use it all up so that I can declutter it, but not just waste all of it. But now we're moving on to my toddler's room. I just had a couple things I wanted to do to tidy up in here. Now that we don't really use his changing table anymore for its intended purpose, since he's older, it became quite a catch-all for us, and I constantly find myself having to clear things off of his dresser that I've thrown in there. So I'm kind of dealing with that, and then I'm also going to grab his laundry to throw into the wash. Easter is super late this year, but I was feeling the urge to kind of start decorating my house for spring and Easter on this day since it was a super nice day out. So I cleared off the shelves in my kitchen so that I could put a couple decorations up there. But actually, this is so random, but I worked with this sponsor, I want to say it was like a year ago now. It was around Mother's Day last year. And they are a photo printer brand. And this is seriously like one of my favorite things that I have in my house. Like, I love this thing. It's come in clutch so many times when I've needed a quick picture printed. So anyway, I'm using my Lean photo printer to just quickly print out a picture from one of our past spring photo shoots I've had done of the kids to display in my kitchen for the coming season. But once we finish putting up just these couple of decorations around the house, we're going to decorate the shelves in my kitchen. I also put up my little egg garland. I've had that egg garland for like, I don't know, maybe 3 years or more at this point. We're going to hang that up on our fireplace. Then that's going to be it for today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope it gave you a little bit of motivation, whether that's for decluttering or cleaning. Thank you so much as always for watching. Don't forget to check out Free Cash. I'll have that link in my description box down below. And I hope that I'll see you again in my next video.